what I want to do now is I want you guys to go get Jack's course. So I'm going to link it in the comments. I've already gotten like a ton of value from this.
Yeah, 99 pounds sterling.
Okay, yeah. So it's like $105 or something. It's definitely worth it. You get access to his WhatsApp group, the Gorilla Tribe, which I'm a member of, and I'm just like giving free value because one thing is like when I join a group, like I'm not about to just like pitch my shit. So I'm just like giving full value, like as if I was just, coaching basically in there. So I'm in there, Jack's in there. There's tons of other guys in there that are really on top of their shit and know what they're doing. And there's also guys that are probably a lot closer to the level that you guys in the group are that you could connect with and kind of grow and level up with. Cause that's something that I think is really important, is like one, having guys above you, but then also having guys that are like around your level that you can like, maybe you're too shy to ask a question and someone else has the balls to ask it the same exact question, and they get the advice. And
you get an accountability partner as well. You can go in there, you can look for a guy who's around your age, same time zone. You guys can hold each other accountable, make sure you're doing the things that you need to do. I think that's important.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, boys, if you want to check that out, just go check out the link, go through the landing page, see what you think. If you want to join us, be awesome. Have you in the tribe, increase your testosterone, dominate in all realms.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a question. How can I get a girl back who I had a few dates with? I rushed things with her, and that's why she wanted nothing to do with me.
So he's asked for sex too early, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
We've all done it. I've done it. It does happen. Just thinking, not with your brain, thinking down there. And depends on the type of girl, because if a girl's super, super into you, there's not too many girls that will withhold sex for very long. But then I also think if you find a girl that's actually decent, who's like worth dating, she probably will withhold sex for at least a couple of dates, just to show like she doesn't put out easily. So I think what you've done there is, it depends on other circumstances, but you've obviously scared her off a little bit because you've been too forward. You need to let it rest for a while. Get back in touch with her at some point and just start fresh. That's what I would recommend. Just start fresh, drop in a message. Hey, how you doing? Shame how things ended or whatever. Do you want to go out for another date? If she's off with you about any of that sort of stuff, just find another one, because at the end of the day, she's just one girl. You learned something from it. Don't do it again, for example. And just move on to another one, because there's plenty out there. I don't believe in like you've messed up and missed on the perfect girl, because there's plenty of others out there. So you'd probably be better off just finding another one, restarting, and not making the same mistakes twice, I think. But if you do want to reach out to her and say like, oh yeah, do you fancy another date, or sorry about how things ended, would love to go for a coffee with you, something chill, give it a go.
Yeah. I would say something similar. The way I see it is like, when you meet a special girl, like a girl that you're really obsessed with, my thought is that it's not like there's tons of women like that for you, but there's probably, depending on how many women you meet, there's probably 5 to maybe 10 women that would be like the ideal woman for you. That'd be perfect. And you don't get a ton of control over when you meet those women. So this is one of those women. And so you fucked it up, and maybe you can reach back out later once you've leveled up and you're more attractive, you have more masculine traits, and you're just generally have your shit together more. But my advice for this has always been, prepare for the next one. Do whatever you can to the next woman that could be potentially the mother of your children, or the wife that you spend the rest of your life with, or, the ideal woman for you. The next woman you meet that's like that, do whatever it takes to be prepared for that woman, because that woman will not put up with, like, if she's a high quality woman, she is not going to put up with a little baby. Like, she's not going to put up with any of the things that other women might. And it's not like she's going to like boss you around, but she's just going to leave because she could go get like a guy that's got his shit together.
Here's the question. What is a high quality woman?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
I would say a woman that's obviously is gorgeous, like very attractive. And then beyond that, has values that align with yours and that align with your mission and purpose. So for some guys, a high quality woman is, there's kind of a few forms it can take. One is like, you're like this big alpha male guy that's like, maybe you're a CEO of a company and you have these big dreams and ambitions, and you just need support. You just need a nice, soft, feminine presence to keep, like my girl, like she cleans, she cooks, she has dinner ready for me at 5, like all that type of shit. But and she doesn't really want to work. She's very good at what she does and she's really smart, but she doesn't really want to. And I'm like, I don't really want you to do that either. So I would say that is like one archetype of like a really high quality woman, one that is very in touch with her feminine side and very, very feminine and soft and sweet. Other than that, I would say some guys, a high quality woman is like a woman that is very ambitious and goal driven at her job, but then can touch back in with her feminine side when she comes home. So for example, like if you know Alex Hormozy, his wife, they co-run acquisition.com. And so they're both worth like 50 mil. And so they're both very successful. And if you've seen anything with Layla, his wife, like she's super fucking alpha.
She's a badass.
Yeah, she's super badass. But when you see them interact, or you hear like stories, like I saw one story on a podcast, she was talking about like she tried to flake on a date, and on like their first date, and he just said, no, you're not. Like he was just like, no, you're not. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I like that. So, you can find like a very, exactly. You can find like a very badass, super smart, very driven, ambitious woman, but you're going to have to match that and honestly kind of be able to take the lead there too. So I would say it takes many forms, but I would say generally a girl, it's like very in touch with her femininity and kind of has, I guess, like a healthy relationship with it. A lot of that comes down to like who you are as a man too. Because as long as a girl has like really good values, then really it comes down to like her chaotic nature and like her being super chaotic and emotional. Like that's normal. That's kind of how it should be. And it's kind of on us as the men to keep that in check,
100%. Yeah. We got to run the show. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Any more questions on there?
How do you guys manage a girl's long-term relationship expectations when you're hitting it off with her, but you're not looking for a long-term relationship right now?
Just lay it down straight, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be leading her on if you're genuinely not thinking of settling down. And I often think just being honest and saying, look, I'm not looking to settle down. When I've done it personally, the girl's more interested because she's like, now I can't have him. I want him. I can't have him. But he's like, look, I'm happy to date. I'm happy to keep seeing you, but I really don't want a long-term thing. So it's up to you. If you go, fine. If you stay, fine. I'm easy breezy. And then the girl, she'll normally be like, yeah, all right. If you're a high value enough guy, she'll stick around. No brainer.
Yeah. No, there's a concept that I think is like really cool of like, as a man, you can just be so, and this is something that's very hard to reach, but you can be so high value that even a tenth of your attention is more than enough for a girl, right? Especially if you're not looking to settle down. Like if you're not looking to have like a family and have a wife, like a lot of times your 10% or 50% of your attention with this girl, as long as you're like fully present and you're like really staying on top of your shit, is worth it for her. Like it's really, I mean, it makes it sound transactional, but it really is like a trade-off, right? Like, is she willing to know that she doesn't exclusively have you in order to keep what she has? And if she is, if that value is there, then she will stay. But yeah, honesty is always the best policy. Like you want to let her know what's up, like as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you'll know if you're not the highest value guy she's playing around with, she'll be out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, all right, I'm not standing for this then. If you're not going to look after me properly, then I'm going to go find a guy that will. And they'll do that. But if you're top dog, if you are realistically her best option, she'll always stick around.
Yeah. That's always what you want to do. Okay, let's see. What are your thoughts on taking, I actually don't have a ton of thoughts on this, but what are your thoughts on taking SSRIs and testosterone levels?
SSRIs. What are SSRIs?
They're like, I think they're like antidepressants, basically. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's
I'm
antidepressants.
just Googling.
Okay.
Let me Google this quickly.
It's like a serotonin receptor or something.
Serotonin reuptake inhibitor are a class of drugs that are typically used as antidepressants in treatment of major depressive orders. I've I think I've mentioned this in a video before. I don't have a problem with people taking antidepressants because I understand some people have something going on in their head where they're so overwhelmed, it's in such a bad place. They need something to take the edge off so they can be positive enough to make the changes they need in their life. So I believe SSRIs, antidepressant drugs, are a stepping stone. You take them for a short period of time to give yourself the breathing room to change your life, to make things actually better. What you don't do is continue the same life that you have now that's obviously making you unhappy and take the SSRIs to deal with that life rather than change things. So they should be used to handle situations, to allow you to make changes so you're not depressed anymore. If you're using them to deal with a life that you have that you don't like without making changes, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like I've seen Harbinator, like he was saying he was on antidepressants for a while, and he just used them as a stepping stone basically to create that breathing room. And I feel like, because I've never had to do that, like I've never needed antidepressants, but once if you can get things under control to a point where you can go off them, obviously that's ideal. And maybe some people need it forever, but it's still not an excuse to like keep your life the same, right? You should always try to like level up and fix what you can and make whatever you can happen for yourself.
I agree.
Okay. So this is more about like, I mean, Tyler, you don't really need to ask, but he says, I want a bookish tomboy alt girl, Asian or otherwise. Is that reasonable? He's just like asking for our permission.
I'm not sure what that means, Tyler, but I got the Asian part. I know what that means. I think Asian girls are lovely. I think you're on the right track there. What does the part about books and alt mean?
Let's see. So okay, so like a tomboy girl is like a girl that's kind of like, I don't know. She's just
that's like a girl. That's a girl that's like a man, right?
Yeah, just more like relaxed, I guess. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, more like a guy, I would say. Actually, it's more like a girl that's like one of the boys, like the girls that like she'll go out for beers with the boys, like that type of thing. I feel like.
Fair enough. Not something I'd go for personally, Tyler, but whatever floats your boat. I think whatever makes you happy, mate, it's perfectly reasonable to be interested in anything, whether it be boys, girls, anime, anything you want, bro. Just own it. Just go for it. Yeah, we're all a bit fucked up anyway. Just a lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like your preferences will change over time as you get more masculine though. Like I've noticed as I've gotten more masculine, like really submissive women, like I'm way more attracted to that than like I feel like a girl that's more in the middle.
Me too,
for
man.
sure.
Me too, man. There's nothing turns me off faster than a girl who's really loud and boisterous and fucking has alpha qualities. I'm out the game. Girl that's nice and feminine, relaxed. That's my type, my cup of tea all day long. And I didn't used to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say to you, Tyler, because he just said like, a girl that's like more assertive and not like overly girly. I would say that like, that's fine for right now, right? Like that. I mean, that's fine in general if that's how it stays, but you should really try to in my opinion, lean into your masculinity as much as possible. And then like see how your taste in women changes. Because it probably will. Like as you just get more aware of yourself and what you like and what you're attracted to and everything, like who you are. I mean, your taste in women will change too.
100%.
Cool. All right. So I don't have any other questions. So we can call it. If that's cool with you. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Just God bless.
All right. All right, cool.
See you on the other side, boys. Just keep smashing it. Keep your head screwed on. Thanks for having me on, Tim. Pleasure doing my first live with you. Stay in touch anyway. You're in the tribe. Keep messaging each other. But no, it's been a pleasure, boys. Glad if I could help any of you. And if I can help you, hopefully I entertained you in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Awesome, man. Cool.
See you later, sir.
Yep. Later, bro.
Bye bye.
See ya.